So it's the cherry blossom tree in the Paintworks magazine, and I'm going to show you how I got the foliage. I am taking again the bristle brush, whether you use a flat or an angle, 100% up to you. In my hand is a number 5 bristle brush. I am going to take Lizard Crimson and Black Plum. I am using Deco Art paint. So here's some Black Plum. I'll put it next to my red. I'm just going to mix those two together. And just going to, oops, making a mess already and having started. Just get a dark color going. And I might even add some, maybe add a touch of Payne's Gray, just to get it dark enough. And I'm just going to tap on the shape of my foliage. Just gonna, I'm kind of turning my brush a bit. And I'm going to let some of this sky show through, so we're not going to liberate, just get rid of all that blue. You can see I'm turning my brush how I want the foliage to be laying down. Each time you paint the same tree, it's always going to look different. I'm going to make some more of that color. So you can see we start pretty dark, but we end up pretty light when we're all done. So you can see, I'm just going to go straight in the crimson. And add a little Black Plum to that, but not too much. We're going to start highlighting on this side. So I just added the lighter, just the red, to my brush, and I'm starting to add some lights. Just tapping them on. Just going to keep getting lighter and lighter by adding white. So I'm going to add a little bit of white and mix that in. Okay. I really pounce off the paint on my brush. I don't want too much paint in my brush as I add each color. And I'm not tapping too terribly hard either on the palette, or excuse me, on the canvas. I'm just lightly touching the canvas with the paint on my brush. This one's facing down a little bit. It's not there. Alright. So now Add more white. And get pretty pink. I'm just keeping working on this foliage and I'm really barely tapping on the canvas, so that's kind of important. I'm not pressing down too hard. And I'm turning my brush. Okay, I think I have a lot of paint on my brush again. I'm just going to wipe it off. I'm going to go to, well, I'm going to really scrub it off actually. I'm going to go to white, see if I can get more, just some white. Really working in my palette. Now when you're doing these lighter colors, be careful that you're just doing it on the very top of the foliage. You don't want them all over the foliage. So you can see it really brightens it up a bit. Nothing too magical, just pouncing on lighter and lighter colors. I'm not adding as much to this right side. Now I'm grabbing a flat so you can see what it's like with the flat. Going back in that black green again. Just gonna re-get that area done again. So I'm gonna use black green, Hauser green light, and maybe a little cad yellow. Hauser green light, and of course the trunk would be highlighted a bunch. I'm just taking my dirty brush into the Hauser green light and some black green still, and just start. It's hard to see at first. I'm just stroking down this medium color to start giving the grass some texture and some lights and darks. Back into the Hauser green light and make a lighter medium color. Same idea. So you can see that. I'm going to do it again. Reload my brush a bit. Again, I'm not pressing down really hard on the canvas. I'm just kind of lightly grazing over the canvas. Otherwise, you'd have a big blobby mess. And then if I want it a little bit lighter in a few spots, I might add a little cad yellow. So add a little bit of that to my palette, my very, very messy, dirty palette. I'm using my dirty brush again. I never clean my brush out. That helps keep everything in the same color tone. It's just blending the colors together. You can see some of that lighter color. So I'm going to grab some raw umber, maybe. Let's find some here. Put a little raw umber down. I got some white. Let me get a brush that's going to work for this. Use a number 4 round. That should be fine for now. My grass is wet, so don't stick your hand in your grass like we always do. I'm just going to re-wet this darker area. I would have done this first normally, but I wasn't planning on doing this. Oops. Made a nice mistake there. Bring this down. Just adding some white to my dirty brush, that's all. And some more brown. And just start lightening the one side we said was the highlight side. More white. Some on this one. Back here. And then it's kind of blended in a bit. And there is a quick little demo on the cherry blossoms tree that I painted for the Paintworks Summer Edition. Go on my website, RebeccaTrimble.com. If you have any questions, you can email me. I have other DVDs there and pattern packets for sale. I hope to see you soon, and thanks for watching.